Tranquility and wholeness, divine beings. I am out here with nature in the sun, and the message for today is break up with the karmic cycle that you have been going through, that you have been repeating again and again and again. And you know, it's probably not even from this lifetime alone. We live many lives, and we carry certain things over in order to be processed. Sometimes things come up from the bloodline to be released, to be addressed and released and transcended. So I want to talk about breaking karmic cycles, and I'm going to share a little bit about what I've been going through. And yeah, so I'm going to sit down actually, since I am tapping more into my divine feminine energy of being, of resting. Okay, so yeah, all right, that's gonna work. Woo, y'all. So it's a lot has been happening. You know, there's a reason why I was inconsistent with my posting, and you know, it's a lot going on because I'm actually doing the healing work, and it sometimes requires more privacy and solitude than other times. And then I'm meant to share, you know what I'm saying? So right now I have been breaking a karmic cycle, and the things about with codependency rooted in the mother wound. So there's a lot coming up from specifically my mother's bloodline. Like it's connected to my father's maternal side as well, but it's like it's mainly highlighted on my mother's side. So when I think about what's been going on and observing my family, so my mom's mom just passed this year. So my great grandmother just transitioned into the ancestral realm, and she actually was 104, Mayan descent. She actually outlived her daughter, my grandmother, and my mother's mom by my grandmother passed at, was that 83? I think it was 83. Yeah, I'll just say that. Was it 83? I don't know. Yeah, so anyway, she had passed, and the thing is, my grandmother passed from a stroke on her right side of her body, which is the masculine side, you know? And it's interesting because when I think about like my body, my right side of my body has like been hurting for some time, like for years. And then when I look at my mom's, like my mom, the right side of her body is higher than her left, just like mine is. So I knew that this is generational. I pay attention to a lot of those types of things as being a medical spiritual physician that I am, with healing myself first. So I haven't even been able to like truly, genuinely hold deep space for others in ceremony because I'm going through my own thing. And so anyway, with this whole overgiving, right? The masculine side of the body, the right side is about giving. It's about doing, right? And so the fact that I've been overdoing and overextending myself, my mother has, and my grandmother, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, when is enough enough? When are we going to really sit down and say, yo, like, I need to listen to my body and listen to what it's saying and follow suit and take like the measures to heal. So I've been doing that, and yo, no wonder why I kept busy, because once you slow down, like all the trauma resurfaces. And I've been suppressing it, knowingly, like suppressing it for like 2 years of within my awareness, because it was so heavy, you know, burdensome. But then when I remember that I'm not alone, that I have guidance, I have my higher self, you know, I have my angels, my ancestors, like we're all here to help one another uplift and ascend and heal. And so what's happening now that I'm finally doing deeper breath work, deeper kundalini work, doing my yoga, doing my meditation, reading, reflecting. All of this stuff is coming up, y'all, and it is no joke. A lot of people think that spirituality is an accessory because it's a cool thing now. But look, if you are doing the work, we will know you are doing the work, because a tree is known by its fruit, right? We know a tree by the fruit that we see. And so, yeah, so what's happening right now for me is like my skin is breaking out, like my forehead is breaking out, my skin is breaking out on my hands, a little bit of my neck, because things are starting to come up from the surface, right? And sometimes in the ascension process, when we have these symptoms, it's easy to be like, oh, like things are getting worse. And it's like, no, calm down, Charlie. Peace, bird. Aw, is that my grandmother? Okay, you can't see the, oh, there, yep. So that was the bird that would appear to me after she had passed and I came to this park. So it's interesting that the bird is now over by my belongings. See? Ashe, peace, ancestors. So yeah, y'all. So it's like all this stuff is resurfacing and it's like really, really uncomfortable. And a lot of times we can think that we are getting worse, but it's actually all the stuff is coming up to be released, so we don't have to deal with it anymore. But the more you suppress, the harder it's going to get, because now you are going against the current, right? When you go against the current, you're resisting, and resistance it's an attachment, and it's unnecessary suffering. Like, you really don't have to suffer. We don't have to suffer. Suffering is a choice. And if you don't think and know that suffering is a choice and joy is a choice, all these things, then you're still in a victim mentality. And that's none of my business, because I've been there, right? And that's my business. And now it's like, oh, wait, I have to remember I'm a God. Like, I really came here awake or aware, and I had to remember that. Like, I forgot, because trauma was smothering me. Like, everything felt like everything's caving in. The walls felt like they were closing in. Like, it was so hard to even breathe, because the trauma, I have grief stuck in my lungs that's being released and coming up to the surface, right? So it's like, once you finally sit still and you surrender and you say, okay, I'm ready to feel it. And once you feel it, you heal it. So for anybody who is out there who might be stuck in a karmic cycle, and karmic cycles, you can tell you're in a karmic cycle by you're attracting the same type of energy again and again, and it's coming back around in different forms. Like, maybe somebody's name is just similar to the person, or maybe you keep seeing things about them and you haven't let go. Because, like, if it's still in your consciousness, then it has yet to be purged. Because it's like, why are you thinking about this thing or this person or feeling this feeling every day? And you're just going to keep going. Like, it's going to stay there. It's going to keep hardening in your muscles and your tendons and your bones and your ligaments. And that's how people who not even that old seem old. They age faster because their bodies have so much trauma stored in them. Because, look, I've seen an 80-year-old do the splits right in front of me. And it was a male. And I'm like, what is going on? At a martial arts conference. I'm like, okay. He like just did the splits, and because he has done the work and he's continued to do the work. So it's like the path of ascension is a spiral, right? And to ascend, we descend and then we ascend, right? It's always like this. The spiral is like that. So once you descend and you figure out you're in hell, then you have the opportunity to ascend. But the only way you can ascend is when you come around, right? There's a cycle. And the only way you move up and elevate is when you break that cycle, and now you're up here, right? Because of this matrix reality, there is always, it's a loop, it's a circle. But you can break that cycle and ascend to the next one and keep going until you are free from attachments. You are free from suffering. You're able to really just be God. You know, I am that I am. You are able to be aware, be conscious that you are the all, and that there is no striving to do anything And the highest form of God consciousness and self-realization is being. So thank you for listening to this YouTube video. My goal and my intention, not my expectation, because expectations have attachments, but my intention is to at least just channel a message every day, because it's also helping me to release, like I'm in a place of solitude and hermit mode where I'm not really around a lot of people and friends. Like, yeah, I do shows, but those are people I get to meet and commune with. But when it comes to like me talking to someone every day, like it's the Most High, it's the God in me. So feel free to comment, subscribe, like, share this with somebody that needs to hear this, and keep breaking these karmic cycles, because it is only for your soul's ascension. We can't take anybody with us. Actually, you came in your body alone, even if you were a twin or a triplet or a quadruplet or synctuplet, I don't know. You came here out of your mother by yourself. You incarnated in this body, right? You're breathing life in this body. Only you can breathe for yourself, meaning that throughout your life, you are going to be in this body with yourself. That doesn't mean you have to be lonely. So we have community, but just remember that on this ascension process, you are with you. So thank you, tranquility and wholeness. Thank you, gratitude. Much love. See you tomorrow. And keep rising and shining. Oh yeah, baby.